Hey there, I'm Brittany Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. It is spring, which means summer is around the corner, which means if you're like me and you still have kids at home, work gets a little challenging. So it's hard to work as hard as we do when they're at school because we're running around, and just for me, it's just like a lot of distractions. So with that being said, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite topics ever. You probably know what I'm going to say. We're going to be talking about automation. So I wanted to share with you 10 things that I automate in my business. So when you're running a business, time is precious, and every minute spent on repetitive tasks is a minute taken away from growing your business. I always say minutes add up to hours. So keep that in mind when you are working in your business. So that's why automation has become a must as a business owner. So aside from the obvious time saving, automation can also help with efficiency, and it lets you focus on what truly matters in your business. So in this podcast, I'm going to share with you 10 tasks that I have successfully automated in my own business, from communication and scheduling to social media content and payments, all the things. And actually, as I was recording this podcast and I made a list of the 10 things I wanted to talk about, I kept thinking of more and more and more. So there are lots of things that you can automate. One of the main things that maybe an issue, I guess, as a business owner is that you don't understand the programs that you use. You use we have a lot of these different programs that we use within our business, but we don't understand the capabilities. And so there are a lot of programs that you're probably currently using that have automations that you just don't realize are available. So part of automation and learning automation is knowing what tools you have. So maybe I will spark some ideas in your head, or maybe it'll encourage you to check out more features in some of the programs that you are using. So let's break it down. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is Airtable. I love Airtable. It's kind of like Google Excel, but way, way better. So I love, is it Google Excel? Is that what it's called? Google Tables, Google Excel. Anyways, you get the point. Excel. But it's kind of like that. It's like spreadsheets. So, but it's awesome. So many more features. So effective communication is a crucial part of having a successful business, especially if you're working with a VA or a virtual assistant. So instead of drowning in endless email chains and messages, I communicate using Airtable. This database allows my VA and myself to track tasks and share updates and collaborate. It just makes sure nothing falls through the cracks. So here's an example of one of the automations that I use with Airtable. When I upload a podcast or a blog post, I will go into my Airtable and I update the status to that podcast or blog. And I've set up an automation that sends her an email, and it lets her know, like, hey, episode number 150, and here's the title, is ready to be scheduled. And it will send her that notification. So it kind of just takes away, I'm in Airtable, I upload it, I change the stats, takes me 2 seconds, and then it sends her that email, and it's automated. So that is an awesome thing. There's tons of automations in there, but that's one of the ones that I use and love. Okay, the next one is onboarding clients, my new clients. So first impressions are so important, especially when you're welcoming new clients. You don't want them to give you your money and then you ghost them and you're not communicating with them. I mean, that's so frustrating, right? When you're like, okay, what's next? I give you my money, like, don't leave me hanging. So rather than resending the same onboarding emails or forgetting to send them or waiting to send them, I have an automated process using a personalized email sequence. So I use Flowdesk to set up a workflow. And this is triggered when someone makes the first payment. So they make a payment and it automatically triggers them to receive the emails. So the emails that are included in my workflow are my intake form, how to schedule, and then just other resources that are available. And I'm just educating them on the process. I've also have included in this same workflow, like I offboarding emails, and I offboard them in ways where I ask them if they want to sign up for another 3 months or if they'll leave me a review, all of those things. So this really helps me to ensure that I have a consistent experience with my clients. Okay, the next one is scheduling clients with Acuity. Gone are the days of endless back and forth emails trying to figure out a good time to meet. In fact, it's interesting because when people are trying to meet up with me, my first thought is, oh, they need a scheduling app. They need to automate this. It just makes it so much easier and clear cut, and the communication so much better. So thanks to Acuity Scheduling, I have simplified the appointment booking process for both myself and my clients. So I sync my calendar, and I've also set up automated reminders. And this makes scheduling appointments so easy. I'm actually so dependent on this. It's kind of crazy. I'll send it to like literally my friends. Oh, will you schedule? Because then it links it to my calendar and get reminders. It's awesome. Okay. Another thing, this is another automation that I have using Acuity. And this is one of those things that people probably don't realize that this resource is available using their scheduling app. So another automation that I use with Acuity is the email communication with my podcast guests. And so Acuity doesn't just help with the scheduling, but it also streamlines email communications with my podcast guests and my clients. But I do it a little bit different with my podcast guests. So I will send automated reminders and follow-ups just to make sure that they're prepared for, the podcast. But another thing that I add is I have set up that when they book their podcast, it sends them an email that includes an intake form, and it asks for their bio and their headshot and all other important information. And then I've integrated it, so it automatically will put that in my Airtable. So it will have their name, their bio, their headshot. It's all ready to go. So again, once that's done, then, once I record with them, I send that to an automation sent to my VA, and all the information's right there. So that's another automation that I love and has been like huge for me. Okay, another one that I have been using, and this is just a more recent one, but the chatbots with ManyChats. So this is an automation that, to be honest, I know I'm not maximizing the features. I'm still kind of learning it. So ManyChats is the chatbots that help with, that's kind of a tongue twister, that help with instant communication to engage with my audience on Instagram is what I use it for. You can use it for Facebook too. So for example, if you see, like, I will post something, or I will do a post or a story, and I'll say, hey, comment the word X, or send me a DM with the word X. And then what it does is it triggers those chatbots to automatically send them information, or you can actually create automations that's like a series. So if they say yes, it goes here, no, it goes here. So I know that I'm not maximizing it, but this is something that I've just recently started using, and it's awesome as far as staying on top of just the communication on Instagram. Okay, the next thing that I use is the Pinterest scheduling tool. I used to use Tailwind. I don't anymore, but because it was like a paid, and I wasn't using enough to justify the payment. So I've kind of gone back to just using the Pinterest scheduling tool that is built in Pinterest. So Pinterest is a powerhouse for driving traffic, but managing pins manually can be such a time suck for sure. So I definitely am not going to pin something every day. So that's why I've automated the process using Pinterest scheduling tools. So I will go on and I will pre-schedule pins across different boards and time slots. So I'll take one blog post or one podcast, and I'll make 10 different graphics. And then I will pin that on, I usually do 10, and I'll do 10 different boards on 10 different times. And then I can maintain a consistent presence without constantly monitoring and getting on daily. I do this like once a week. So that's another automation that is awesome. Okay, moving on, Facebook posts using Facebook's group scheduling feature. So I have a Facebook group, Redefine Your Biz. If you're not in there, join it. But what I will do is I can go in there and schedule posts in my Facebook group for community engagement. So with the scheduling feature, I can plan and queue up posts in advance. And that just ensures that I'm having a steady stream of content and just keeping the group active and thriving. So I might upload 10 different graphics. I have a bunch of graphics that I've created that are for engagement. And I will upload it, and not even 10. Sometimes I do a month at a time, and I'll go in and I will schedule all of those. And so then they're consistently showing up in my Facebook group. Okay, the next one is scheduling blogs and podcasts on my WordPress website. So consistent publishing schedules are important for blogs and podcasts. This is going to help with your SEO. And so WordPress, and really probably almost every website has this feature. You just have to find it and figure out how to use it. But with the WordPress scheduling feature, I can plan and publish content in advance. And this is ensuring that new posts and episodes go live automatically without having to manually do it. So this is great if you're like me and you love to batch your content. So you can schedule out, 2 or 3 at a time, and it's done for the month. So you're one and done, right? Okay, the next one is accepting payments using Kajabi. There's a million different software programs that allow you to accept payment. I think sometimes when entrepreneurs are starting, we do this manually because we don't want to pay for one more thing. But it's pretty awesome when you have a reliable payment processing system that you don't have to chase down money, and it automatically will bill your clients. So with Kajabi, I can automate the process of accepting payments from clients and customers. And it really simplifies the checkout, and it helps that I can do reoccurring billing for my membership or anything that is subscription based or payment based. So again, it doesn't have to be Kajabi. That's what I use, and because that's what I have, but there are a ton of different options for that. Okay, the next one is, and this is one of those things that I think people don't, again, understanding all the features that are available, but this is for podcasting. So posting podcasts to multiple platforms using Libsyn. So I use Libsyn. There's a bunch of different hosting, softwares that you can use. I use Libsyn. I think it's $5 a month. So it's a no-brainer. But expanding the reach of my podcast is really important for growing my audience. And so with Libsyn, I can automate the distribution process by uploading episodes to multiple platforms. So I will upload it to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of these different ones. And you can go into the software program and it will tell you all the ones it's integrated with. And this is just awesome because it helps me reach a wider audience and maximizes my impact. So again, I'm hitting every platform. It just gives me a more of a chance to reach more people, because maybe not everybody is listening to my podcast on Apple. Maybe they listen on Spotify or iHeartRadio, or maybe people are looking and they find me. So this is a really great tool. And I will say something that's really important on this is the YouTube portion of it, because I've talked about this on previous podcasts, but YouTube is a searchable platform. So if I am uploading my podcast and somebody's searching for something, even if it's a podcast that is, 3 years old and it's a keyword that they're searching up, then my podcast can come up, I can be discovered, and it will just expand my reach. So again, that's awesome. Automation is a powerful tool for streamlining your business, and it frees up a lot of valuable time, and it allows you time for growth. These are just 10 things that I've talked about, but there are so many great automations that you can do that help you with marketing, help you with your reach, consistency, so beneficial to your business. So by embracing automation tools and strategies, you can optimize your business processes, and this will increase your efficiency, and it ultimately will help you achieve greater success. So, look into it. If you are ready to automate your business and you need help, send me a message and let's jump on a consult. Let's see how I can help you to automate and grow your business. So if you found this podcast helpful, I would love it, love if you left me a 5-star review and subscribe to my podcast. And I will see y'all next time. Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.